We are live here on the AWS Expo floor at reInvent. We just heard from Nick, who was wandering around talking to all sorts of different people. My name is Gigi Behringer. I am one of your hosts today for AWS OnAir. I'm here with my friend Robbie. Robbie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey folks, I'm Robbie Belson. I'm a senior developer advocate here, one of your co-hosts for AWS OnAir. Great to be back.
So we have an awesome demo today. I'm so excited. We're learning about building generative AI and ML models faster now that SageMaker partners with different AI apps. So with us is Eric. Eric, do you want to give a little intro?
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me, by the way. I'm Eric. I'm a product manager in the SageMaker AI team and happy to talk about the brand new feature that we launched today.
Amazing. So it's been a really relaxing couple of weeks, I'm sure, ahead of your launch. How are you feeling now that it's live?
I wish I could say that. But it's always exciting,
Yes.
getting to that final rush where, everything is so hot and coming, it's great.
There's nothing better.
Oh, by no means, there's nothing compared to this.
That's fantastic. So can you tell us a little bit about what you launched?
Yeah, so this essentially is the way that we're bringing or meeting customers where they are. At the heart of SageMaker AI partner apps is our will to bring capabilities that normally you would find out there, where coming from innovation from partners that are heavily investing in highly specialized capabilities that add value to specific areas in the machine learning development lifecycle. So let me elaborate a little bit more on that. So we've seen customers that even though they are very happy with the core capabilities that SageMaker AI provides, they have been open in sharing that they want to bring specific capabilities such as Comet for model experiment tracking.
Capabilities being like other third-party offerings.
Exactly.
Got it.
And when they try to do that, they are faced with two options that are not optimal. The first one being they essentially would need to onboard a SaaS offering, which compromises a little bit on security and compliance, which sometimes it doesn't fly when customers operate on highly regulated industries, for instance.
Definitely.
And the other is they would have to provision the whole application stack on their own. And that means that the TCO increases because they would have to invest in people, in resources, and managing the whole infrastructure, not only provisioning, but maintaining and scaling. What SageMaker Partner AI Apps is bringing to the table, which is the launch that Swami announced today, is we're making it easier for these partner apps to operate in fully managed fashion in the same way that you have SageMaker Studio IDEs, for instance. And so you essentially have a fully functional, highly integrated tool without the muck of having to deal with, the overhead of provisioning, maintaining, and scaling the infrastructure.
So if you think about those highly specialized solutions for model development tasks, what were those specific capabilities that customers were asking for?
So mostly, there's a lot of innovation happening, especially on AI observability, for instance, or model monitoring, experiment tracking, AI security as well. For instance, protection against prompt injection attacks and that sort of things. So these customers have some investments in these partner apps that provide that very highly specialized value prop. And so what we're doing is making it available for SageMaker AI users without the need to handle that work of maintaining the infrastructure themselves.
Got it. I want to see what this looks like. I'm dying to see. Is it? You'll show us in just a second. So if we, as we go to your demo.
Shout out to Amazon SageMaker AI in the console now. I love that.
It's very exciting.
Exactly. So one of the things, I want to frame this as the two personas that would normally interact with the feature, right? The first one being the SageMaker AI administrator, which is the one who's going to be provisioning these apps. So as you can see, we already have this brand new item here in the applications and IDE section of SageMaker AI, which has our brand new awesome 4 partners that we launched today, which are Comet, which is the application that provides end-to-end model experiment tracking and model evaluation as well. Deep Checks, which is a large language model evaluation, platform, and Fiddler, which is AI observability, and of course, last but not least,
Definitely not least.
of course, our amazing partners, Lakera, who's
Yes.
in charge of providing AI security.
So oddly enough, funny enough, we just got a comment that our chat saying they appreciate you touching on the security pieces. It
Yeah.
is so important, and I think something that AWS continues to do is help with the undifferentiated heavy lifting of security aspects. So it is so cool that that's one of the first 4 partners to have
Yeah.
integrated. Can we dive in and see it?
Yeah, by all means. So, of course, AWS, guys, that security is priority zero
Always.
for us. And so let's see how an administrator will go about provisioning this app. So what you would do is you go to view the details of the app. You have information about your contract pricing. There are 2 parts that you can have here. One is the price that you would need to pay for the subscription of the software,
Okay.
which is the one that you pay the partner, and of course the cost that is associated with infrastructure that the app is provisioned in. So we're providing 3 tiers for the infrastructure, depending on how big the workloads that you intend to
Got it.
provision here.
And that's decided by the partner. So the partner is helping you all
Exactly, yeah.
decide exactly what's right for the customer.
We work closely with partners to come up with those tiers that are based on the dimensions that they use to gauge how big your workload is.
Fantastic.
Yes. And so then, of course, this is powered under the hood by AWS Marketplace. You will be redirected just to complete the subscription of the license. In this case, you will see your purchase options and you complete. I don't want to acquire the software, even though I love the guys from Lakera, but I will skip
Maybe not
that
on
part.
your personal account.
Of course. But I will just show you another example of what happens once you have paid the subscription, right?
Yep.
Once you have paid the subscription, you go and configure the infrastructure. And this is a pretty easy 4-step process in which you go and put a name for your app. Let's say sample app here, and then you choose the maintenance window. So this is going to be scheduled and automatized by the platform. So you choose the time of the day. Let's say, I don't know, 000 hours.
So these are all examples of the fully managed solutions that's being brought to bear.
Exactly. And then, so you complete additional parameters like the SageMaker execution role that the app is going to run, and the security context. And here's where you choose the tier selection based on the infrastructure that you want to deploy, right? Let's say you choose the smaller one, of course, and finalize, and then you click deploy. This will essentially launch the app and make it available. As you can see, I have already deployed the 4 apps here. So you can see that now this pretty much ends up the journey of the administrator, right? You have provisioned your app. Now you want to make it available to your users. How are the machine learning developers and data scientists going to find those apps? So let me show you. We have...
This is just what I was hoping to see. So that is...
This is our... And many of folks out there would recognize this is our SageMaker AI Studio interface, where you can find all your tools, beginning with your IDEs of choice. You have Jupyter Lab, you have Code Editor, which we launched last year, RStudio and others, the MLflow, fully managed MLflow. But also you have these 4 apps, the brand new 4 apps that I have already deployed in this particular domain.
Got it.
So fully integrated into the developer experience you already know and love.
Yeah, and so you can go to one of the apps. Let's say that you want to see the details about Comet, and this is you being a machine learning developer, right? You're just finding out about how this works. You can
everything you need to know.
Exactly. You can see some example notebooks. You can review the example notebooks.
And they're only seeing what's already been deployed by the admins.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. In essence, we provide the apps, the apps that are available for them to find. If the app is deployed, you can essentially launch the app from the interface. But you can also ask your administrator to provision the app for you.
Yeah.
So it's our our bet for having the machine learning developers to drive their demand for these apps as well, right? And so once you have that, you can essentially launch a SageMaker. I have already an example of a notebook here.
Yep.
And I have been running. I don't want to run the whole thing right now, but if you go back to this interface and you launch Comet, you open the app from your interface. You will launch the app immediately as a separate tab.
Got it.
And what you have been logging in this notebook, you will find it here as an experiment, and you can see all the awesome features. Let me make it this bigger.
Thank you.
You can have all the awesome features that Comet has with regards to tracking your accuracy and train loss and comparisons.
And the user gets automatically, so you clicked go to Comet. Comet already knows who's using it. They're allowed to see what they're allowed to see.
Exactly.
Permissions are already set.
One of the biggest values propositions, thank you for asking, because that's so very important. Whenever you found yourself earlier, before having SageMaker partner AI apps, what you had to do is essentially glue together multiple interfaces. And you often find yourself trying to or needing to authenticate yourself multiple times.
It's a pain.
Yeah, of course. So it's a lack of productivity, right? What we're doing here is not only make it available, these apps, in a fully managed fashion, so that makes administrators' lives easier, but also we're making it easier for developers because they will have a seamless experience. The last part that I wanted to show you is our brand new...
Let's see it.
Our brand new SageMaker Unified Studio, which we launched yesterday as well.
This is beautiful.
Clean.
Yeah, this
a piece of art.
By the way, this actually brings not only AI features, but most importantly, it brings the whole set of analytics and data preparation tools.
Okay.
So what I wanted to showcase, I have prepared this project here so that you can see that you can also check partner AI apps.
Ooh, could you click that drop down one more time, just for the viewers at home? So we're in the SageMaker UI.
Unified Studios.
Unified Studios, the official name. In this, you can see, if you could do full screen so our viewers could see it even bigger, maybe. Yeah, sure, that works. That's perfect. So for those who can see on Twitch, we're in Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio. You can see all of your data. What else can you see? You see everything, but what's that list of everything?
So that's the magic of Unified Studio. Will enable administrators to bring the tools that you need, from data preparation, from analytics, all the way up to deploying your models after you have trained them. So this is kind of the value of Unified Studio. We are baking also partner AI apps in Unified Studio so that you can bring these third-party applications to your tool set.
And in the spirit of unification and customer choice, I've got to believe a developer looking to leverage both, say, Fiddler and Comet can use both. These aren't two siloed experiences. They're together.
Absolutely, yes, and
it's fantastic.
And the way, of course, you can also launch a particular application from this interface, and you can also see. I have been doing some model evaluation tracking experiments that you also can launch from your Jupyter Lab environment here in SageMaker Unified Studio. So I think, to round up the concept here, what we're doing is making it easier for administrators to bring these third-party capabilities to enrich the tool set so that they can end up boosting productivity of their machine learning developer teams. And on the other side of the equation, we also have machine learning developers and data scientists profiting from a plethora of tools that they're going to be able to leverage once they have their administrators provision them in their environments.
That is fantastic. So when we have, let's say you have a user group that is using the unified interface, what is the like beginning to end workflow that we're seeing from customers, and how did you decide on what to add next to that experience?
That's a great question. So right now we have emphasized on this launch 4 apps that are within the space of machine learning development, right? Essentially model experiment tracking, which is super important. We also have model evaluation, which is becoming so very important right now with large language models. AI observability, which is super important. And as always, but not least, our priority zero security, and especially AI security. Now, how are we thinking about bringing new offerings to the to our feature? What we're doing right now is, and this is what I wanted to convey in this conversation as well, is the fact that this is not necessarily something that is open. It's an open platform. We're being very careful in curating exactly which offering we're bringing to SageMaker partner AI apps. And so what we want to see in partners approaching SageMaker AI is a solid value proposition that delivers a lot of productivity boost potential for customers, and that we see, of course, the demand already out there from customers, driving that, thirst for having those tools in their tool set. And the other part is, of course, there's a technical feasibility piece.
Right.
As you can see, what we're doing is we're hosting these apps in service managed accounts. And this is very important because that's the way we ensure that the infrastructure is secure and every data point and artifacts from the customers are completely kept within the boundaries of their AWS cloud environment.
Got it. So when we say fully managed, they press go on it, it gets charged to their AWS account, but just like AWS managed services, all the compute, all the networking, all the security is handled within the service account.
100%. And we've seen this. This is not a new model. Actually,
Right.
we did this, and we do it for SageMaker Studio IDEs.
Okay.
Whenever you have spin up a Jupyter Lab notebook or code editor space, what you're essentially doing is running those within the boundaries of your VPC in your account and the service managed account that
Yes.
has no access. You can choose to have it completely isolated with no access to the internet. These apps also work without direct access to the internet, so that you can ensure that there's no or the risk of data exfiltration is completely mitigated at this stage.
So in the last few minutes we have remaining, I know it's only been out for a few hours.
Yeah.
We got thousands of developers here tuned in on AWS OnAir. What do you want to hear from them as folks take a stab at this new feature?
Oh, of course. The first of them all is having them test and try these new features. We also would like to hear more about what other tools they would also love to have. That's a very important piece. And also how we can improve, the manageability of their own environments through the apps. There's a lot of details that go into making available the kind of apps that are very context dependent, right? Some apps will require specific configurations or dependency injection use cases, and that is where I would love to have folks feedback, because it will help us.
Well, that
Get even
sounds like an assignment for the folks at home on Twitch. Try it out. Let us know. We want to see it. In the meantime, we also have a survey we want to get feedback on. Everybody here wants feedback. Eric wants feedback on his product and what to release next. AWS Air wants feedback for what you want to see more of, what you've loved about AWS OnAir throughout the whole reInvent experience.
Absolutely.
What else, Robbie? Any final words?
Thank you for having me. I've loved this experience, and I'm looking forward to hearing from folks out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Congratulations to you and your team on the new exciting launch. And to folks tuning in at home, stay right here. Up next, we're going to hear from the SageMaker HyperPod team. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.